What's up, guys? It's WMA here. I'm sick, but I'm here with an event recap and breakdown of UFC Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. Let's get into it. This card was absolute dookie, but it had its moments. I'll be fair. We'll get to it, though. So, start with the main event. Now, this shit got my heart broken, dude. Deiveson Figueiredo comes out there, right, and he's doing his classic, like, scared to fucking grab something off the top shelf. I don't know, but he's hitting his moves. He's making me proud. I didn't pick him, though, but because he's 37. But he's going out there, and he's trying his best. And then he ducks into an uppercut. I'm like, okay, we'll get him next time, partner. And he does. It was a beautiful, explosive takedown he gets at a minute and a half into round one. And he's looking fine. And he tries to jump on a back take, and it's clearly not there. He's very desperate for some reason for it. Especially in the first round, it's like, chill, dude. We got 4 more rounds of this. Or so I thought. But he jumps on it, loses position, now he's on bottom. And I was like, hey, classic Figgy, right? Let's kick off the hips, let's get back up. Oh no, we're going for a leg lock. We're going for a leg lock, okay. Let's not commit too hard to this, right? Not commit so hard that we take 52 shots to 0. Dude, this is so sad, right? And I swear it was like 3.5 minutes straight of a failed leg lock attempt, shot after shot after shot. And there's a moment in that leg lock where I was like, damn, he almost reversed him, right? He got a better position out of it. I was like, oh, he's gonna end. No, Sandhagen still had control. I'm dumb as hell. I couldn't read it. And then round over, and that probably should have been a 10-8. I mean, it was so one-sided. I don't know though. I think so, but round 2 happens. And it's like, okay, Figueiredo, whatever that was, we'll try not to do that. and honestly, the start of round 2, it was looking like maybe they wouldn't. I think Figueiredo got a good takedown. It's exposed again. Cory gets one. So, I don't want to say it's looking even. Cory Sandhagen is still out doing up leg kicks, and the striking, Cory's outlanding him by a lot. Let me click on the stats in round 2. Yeah, 39-5. But I more mean on standing. Right, that probably is all standing, but he's just out striking him big time standing, and then gets to the ground again. Another leg lock position for Figueiredo, and his knee pops. And Cory brought it up too. It's like, hey, when you're fighting in a 50-50, I did this shit to TJ too, and you know what? He has a point. I can't even be salty. Figueiredo was fighting dumb as hell, and it's sad to see if this is the form of. And I know, I'm just saying this because it's recency and Figueiredo could show up and look amazing in his next fight, right? But if this is the quality of Figueiredo we're getting, it's just sad to watch, dude. Like, you know how happy it was and even though I was picking Moreno, and I was rooting for Moreno, dude, to live through that Figueiredo era, damn, fucking sleeping Joseph Benavidez, cranking his neck back with Irina, like, dude, it was a time to be alive. But the Figueiredo we have now, and I'm happy to every time he fights, dude, it puts a smile on my face, except for tonight, you know. It was just sad to see, but congratulations to Cory. Not what you wanted when it's just such a confusing division right now with who gets the next shot. So you wanted maybe a fight not to end in an injury. Nothing you can do about it, though. So hopefully that means Pantoja gets the jump and fights for the belt after Sean. But moving on to what we've all been wanting to talk about. Dude, I picked Nickal, but this makes me so happy. 91-24 total strikes. The round 1 starts, right? And I was thinking we were about to get a Paul Craig repeat of stinking body kick, boring jab fest with an overhand once every 5 rounds, right? And hell no, Reinier walks out there straight. Okay, first of all, he looks like he's smuggling a duffel bag inside him. He looks so much bigger than Nickal. But he just walks up, pushes up against Nickal. Bop, bop, bop. Goes a big old... Now, when I say bop, 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 that doesn't mean he's landing all those. But he's throwing. And that's what's important. The pressure he put on early wasn't insane. He's just trying to get to the clinch. He's trying to close it up with Bo. He's not letting Bo circle around the outside. Then a little jab here. He's making it a war. And he gets close to Bo. Holds him in the clinch. And he's just working. And Bo's trying to keep up. And he does a decent job for the start of it, right? And you can see they're pretty tentative on the knees to the body. Like, they're still throwing them and they're still landing them good, but they're not spamming them. They mix it up is more what I mean. Like, they'll throw the knee to the body, do throw the knee to the leg, do throw some body hooks, right? And back and forth, and then Bo Nickal gets a takedown. And I'm not feeling the pressure, right? Like, I'm not feeling as if I'm Bo Nickal, but I'm not feeling like Bo Nickal's wilting yet. But I couldn't tell the storm that was about to come. So Bo Nickal gets on top and truly not doing anything. But Reinier de Ridder works himself to a better position, works himself to sprawl position. And Bo Nickal, the IQ of a G. And how is he telling me? Fuck him saying he's going to beat Hamza. How is he telling me he's going to beat a chimp, dude? He's going to pull a guillotine on a chimp? Really? How am I supposed to believe he beats anyone? Pulls the guillotine, ends up on bottom, and Reinier de Ridder just controls him for the most part of the rest of the round. Doing a little pot shot here, a little pot shot there. They get up, and Reinier de Ridder chasing him. Round ends. And you could just feel the aura. Like, the second that round ends is like, Reinier de Ridder's won round one. This was supposed to be not how this was going. Round two starts. And it's a bit of the same thing, but there's a couple things that were very weird about this round. The clinch starts. Reinier de Ridder's landing shots again, and this is where you start to feel it. But not right away. Now, Reinier de Ridder, Bo Nickal ends up getting his back, and Reinier de Ridder, like, leans forward a bit into it. And he is fully giving, like, you would think a collegiate guy, and I'm not salty about it, you would think a collegiate guy would go for a takedown here. He does not. My man is scared. Reinier de Ridder just has that grappling aura. Bo Nickal, horrified to go to the ground, stands on the feet, and Reinier de Ridder just keeps pushing him, hurting him, and it gets to the fence. Nowhere to run when you're on the fence, buddy. Breaks Bo Nickal, and Bo Nickal, you can see him making some faces. Like, I think by that time he knew he was cooked. It was like, oh, fuck. He got me. It's over. And then break. Bo Nickal throws something. I swear to God, Reinier de Ridder got that Floyd Mayweather head move. He ducks that shot, presses forward, knee to the body. Bo Nickal goes down. And Reinier de Ridder, not even ground and pound, just stands over him. Menacing. What are you going to do when Reinier de Ridder comes for you? Calls out Sean Strickland. Fuck, I don't hate it. I mean, it's called me schizo. There's a storyline there, bro. Calling Drickus the Dutchman. How about you gotta fight the real Dutchman, bro? Flying Dutchman from SpongeBob. This guy's crazy. But fun fight for what it was. I just can't believe Bo Nickal lost. Dude, I will be feeding off this forever. I'm the saltiest human alive. Get the hell out of here, Bo Nickal. But moving on. Ponzinibbio. Now, I picked this right again. Again, I did not pick the last one right. I picked this one right. Was it not just sad, though? Like, if you were there before the whole bone infection, blood infection, whatever it was, versus now, it's not like he's a completely different guy, but it is just not the same. It's sad. Like, and sad from the sense that he's losing. The fights are still fun, right? It's never a complete, turn this shit off. Let me go take a bathroom break. It's always, and look, another finish. And I don't need to feel sad either, right? He has a commentating job, but let me break down the fight. Excuse me. So, Ponzinibbio, round one, has a little good inside leg kick here and there. And it works throughout the entire fight, too. I wish he used it a little more. It was very controlled. It would just stop Rodriguez right in his tracks every time. Like, not that it was like so damaging, but it would just push the foot so far off where it should be. He would lose his balance and need to reset. And that's when Ponzinibbio was winning. It's just the short little pot shots and move. But we'll break it down round by round, actually. Round one, not much is happening. No one's trying to commit to anything. Then Rodriguez just... So Ponzinibbio slips and Rodriguez clips him while he's getting up. Unlucky, my brother, but then maybe you don't get up with your chin in the air. There's also that, right? Gets up. And Rodriguez is chasing him, but Ponzinibbio defends himself smart, right? Covers up. And then Rodriguez cracks him a bit again, but Ponzinibbio is not that hurt. Throws back, cracks Rodriguez, but clearly Rodriguez takes round one. Then round two happens, right? And Ponzinibbio is starting to feel himself. He's starting to get ahead. And the first 3 minutes, it's like whatever, but I think the last 2 minutes. Ponzinibbio put a stamp on it, and it's not even the takedown. I think he was pull up the stats. I don't. Yeah, see, I was striking by 2. Stay mad, bro. And significant. I was striking by 5. So he was outdoing him. And he's slightly outpointing him. And he's just landing one shot and moving. He's not committing to too big of combos or anything. It's big overhand, back up. Nice little jab, back up, inside leg. And it's working. And round 3 happens. And it's still working, but it's... Oh, also he ended the round with a takedown, but nothing really happened with it. And round 3, it's kind of working too. I mean, not that we got much time to see how round 3 was going, because, nice little combo from Daniel Rodriguez, puts him down. One more follow-up shot, and he's out. Now, Santiago wakes up instantly, starts arguing with the ref, as he always does, falls face first in the cage, and that's what makes it sad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see my favorite old Argentine unk doing that. Like, come on. I love you, Santiago Ponzinibbio, but good win from Daniel Rodriguez. It was just like, I know they're the same age, but they just have had different damage throughout their career. It's hard to pick Santiago Ponzinibbio against people who have power, any bit of it, right? But good win from Daniel Rodriguez. Moving on. This fight sucked dick. This fight was awful. Not for the fans. I was so hyped. I was like, am I right? If you're a true fight fan, you're gonna love this fight. On the real. I sound this so hard. Dude, I was so wrong. I'm such a loser. So, Montel Jackson starts this, gets a little foot sweep. I was like, damn. This guy's shown craft. I thought he just had power. He got skill too. And then he just lays on him. I think he lands 1 elbow, maybe 2. And Marcos works his way up. Lands a couple knees in the clinch, break. Shoots a takedown of his own. I'm falling asleep describing this fight, dude. I think gets a strong double. Visually, it looks good to end the round like that. I think they scored at 30, 27, 29, 28, 29, 28. But yeah, Montel Jackson just landed more pitter-pat shots. They weren't anything scary or of significance, but a couple more. Round 2 starts. I don't remember it being that bad, like that one-sided for round 2. I thought Marcos landed a couple more, but it's more of the same thing. Like, Marcos keeps shooting for takedown after takedown. I don't know if Montel Jackson was scaring him. I don't know if it was just Daniel Marcos really boring out this fight. I don't know if there's a person to blame. I don't know, but more of the same boring stuff. Get a little more control time here and there, right? Not much happening. Get to round 3. Montel Jackson goes for one big flurry at the start of round 3. And it's like, damn, where was this earlier? But at least we're picking it up, right? No, that didn't happen at all. After that one flurry, then they went back to, let me jab you. Wait another 2 minutes, jab you. Right? And nothing happens. And then you see when that last minute mark clicks, like, damn, Marco's kind of tired, though. And then Montel Jackson goes for a Dar switch. I don't know if that was the play, dude. Like, they looked kind of close for a second. I don't know. Marcos put his thumbs up. But then it got tighter after that. But then it didn't. Marcos gets out, shoots a single leg. And maybe it would have been better time spent just trying to knock out Marcos or go for more. But who knows? Take the safer road, right? Don't risk it. I'm fighting so hard not to sneeze right now. Also, I don't know if it was a jar. It might have been an anaconda. But same thing. Not much happens. No stock raises in either of these guys' career. But here's the thing. This might have just been a really hard fight. Styles make fights too, but these guys are really good. And it was just a chess match. Montel Jackson, slightly a step ahead, but this is the kind of fight that puts you on sleeper mode for both of these guys. And then the next fight, they look amazing because this could backfire. They both suck, but Montel Jackson has probably earned himself a fight with like number 13 kind of thing. Barely a step up. I don't want to talk about this anymore, honestly. Not that here, look at the stats on this fight. Not that the next fight was so much better. Yeah, whoa, dude. But it's moving on to Cameron Smotherman versus Serhiy Sidey. I picked against my boy. I should have picked Serhiy Sidey. I picked Cameron Smotherman. This night was not that good for picks. I will be honest. But Cameron Smotherman just started the first 2 rounds so slow, right? He was trying to find every little perfect shot, but Serhiy Sidey was just doing more. And the other thing Serhiy Sidey was damn, the strikes were a lot closer this round than I thought. But actually, round 1 was decently close. But seriously, he just did enough to make it a like I could feel that he landed 3 more total strikes, dude. Like you could just there was just an aura that he did slightly more in round 1, and then round 2 happens, and it was the takedowns. Like he shot a really good takedown in the first round, but the fence kind of saved Cameron Smotherman. But round two, it was just all takedowns. And you look at the strikes, like especially the significant strikes, and they were almost dead even. But what really made the difference, I think, was at the end of the round when Serhiy just had him against the fence and would land knee. And they weren't like crazy damaging knees. They must have been like the most soy knees to the head I've ever seen. But that's some nice elbows too. It was just the stamp at the end of the round. It's just so visually good. Like, guys, when will we learn? The judges are so dumb. They have an insane amount of recency. And I'm not saying this fight was scored wrong or any of the fights were scored wrong, but we just gotta make big moments at the end of the round. Like, think of it. Then round 3 happens, and it's too little, too late. Like, Serhiy takedowns are still somewhat working, but the total strike, Cameron's mother was pushing it more. He never used kicks once throughout this entire fight. Like, maybe here or there, but it was never a big part of his game plan. He was more focused on boxing, while Serhiy just picked him at range with teeps and leg kicks, jabs, like everything. But Cameron Smotherman found a bit of his range at the end of the round, but it just wasn't enough, right? Sick fight. So sick that we're moving on to the... Now this is actually a sick fight. Oh my God. And to think, crazy war for the first 2. We'll break it down round by round now. Round 1 happens. And, dude, I think Mason Jones fought this. I think he fought it perfectly, right? Wait, what? Sorry, I need to find where I'm leaving off. Yeah, here it is. So, he used he used a lot of kicks to start off this fight. A lot more. I thought Mason Jones was just going to ragdoll him, and he proved he could. He could have had a super boring wrestling control fest, right? Where just pick you up, slam you, pick you up, slam you, pick you up, slam you. And maybe he even could have submitted him, especially how he ended rounds 1 and rounds 2, right? But doesn't go for that. He goes for the striking, and I really respect him for that. That shit was so fun for the first round. I don't care. Take off the 3rd round. Because if rounds 1 and round 2 or more, round 3 is boring, right? If you flip round 1 and round 3, no one would have a problem, dude. Like, no one. Why is there any criticism like this? Who gives a fuck? He made it enough of a war, right? But starts round 1's off, and he round 1 off, and he just, kick after kick after kick. And fuck, I hated the game plan at first. Like, why are you throwing a head kick your first shot, dude? But then it starts working, and I shut the fuck up. Nice little body kick here, and he was mixing it up so well. I'll get to other shots, the shot selection around 2 more, but dude, a nice little head kick, leg kicks, teeps to the body here. And then the thing is, Mason Jones is paler than the color white, so somehow he's coming out more marked up than Jeremy Stephens is at the end of round 1, even though the total strikes are 41 to 24, right? He's doubling his significant strikes, but still. Just a deeper tool bag, felt like it did more. And Jeremy Stephens started to get work done with some leg kicks, but then Mason Jones just started throwing his own. And it kind of made Jeremy Stephens cower up on that too. Round 2 starts. Jeez, this round was so fun. I highly recommend. Like, maybe not watch the 3rd round, but round 1 or round 2. Oh my God. Mason Jones starts off fucking spinning elbow, flying knee, and do another spinning elbow, do another spin elbow. It was so fantastic. Also, he ends rounds 1 and round 2 with the takedown, as I said earlier. Just want to make it clear, but dude, beautiful spinning elbow, nice shot. And Jeremy Stephens has his moments too. Like, it wasn't throughout the entire round. He still clearly lost it for like a good 30-second span, a minute span. Like, you have these short bursts, not a full minute burst. I'm saying like, for 1 minute maybe in this fight he had a big moment, but got a nice position in the clinch. It's like uppercut. And every time Mason Jones is cracked, you're just smiling. Okay, let's go. And then a nice body kick from Joe. Like, it was just so fun. And then again, picks him up, slams it, takes his back, controls him at the last like minute and a half. And then round 3, it was just takedown fest. And not that it was boring or like, okay, I'm a hardcore. I watch it for the wrestler. Spin an elbow. PU to me, right? No, like, okay, it was kind of boring. I don't know why I said it wasn't, but just dunk him, pick him up, dunk him like an Oreo. That's gonna be the new double leg saying, dunk him like an Oreo, right? But thinks up, slams him. Jeremy Stevens goes for a Kimura. Mason Jones jumps over, goes for a Kimura of his own, and just has the fight. Good win. I'm going to try to rapid fire these prelims because only fights I at all cared about were maybe like 2 fights in the prelims and the rest of the main card. And after watching the main card, I didn't even know. Like, I don't even care about them either. No, why do the prelims look like this? What are the... Okay. Let me move my camera. This is how we're doing the prelims then. Here. My big fucking head next to theirs. Yeah, let's do this. So, Miesha Tate versus Yana Santos. Now, dude, I think, look at Yana Santos for 2.5 rounds just had a classically an Edwards performance. Just let Miesha Tate run forward like a dumb brute. Double leg. Right? And it did that enough for Yana Santos to walk back. And I mean, maybe Prime Manny, which is like Prime Manny, slip, look away, fade around. Look, she would dip to the side, block a punch, uppercut, slip, hands out her waist, slip, duck. She jumped over a Miesha Tate takedown, turned around, Miesha was still spinning, uppercut, drops her. I love not having stats on screen. I'm just gonna completely lie about this. Spinning elbow, but she just outstrikes Miesha Tate for 2.5 rounds, and the big underdog. This is where Airbud lands the slam dunk to win the game. Friggin' Miesha Tate lands a takedown in the last 2 minutes and sits on her back and does nothing. Standing ovation. The crowd goes wild. Right? Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes wasted, bro. Shout out Yana Santos for doing it for the unks out there. I love you. Doing it for my big man. Dude, what? Okay. Stats are back. It was just them. They just couldn't handle those stats, but that definitely happened, by the way. But Ryan Loder versus Azamat Bekoev. Now, dude, I was high in Bekoev. I was glazing in on my predictions, and rightfully so, dude. He looked outstanding. See, Ryan Loder comes out. He looks shook, right? He's like, I gotta shoot my take. And he dives in, shoots, fails, shoots, and he tries to chain it into 1, 2. Like he goes for like maybe 3 takedowns that don't work, and he has Azamat trip to his knee once, but he works his way back up, right? And then Azamat's like, ready, bitch, my turn now, and there's bah, like, and it was one of those like slight rock where it's like he drops a bit against the fence, but then gets back up, and then he's hurt. And he's just working. He's taking shot after shot. And what was beautiful about this is it wasn't just, hey, I'm a caveman and I'm going to throw 120% power into this. It's like, no. He was throwing maybe 60 to 80% power, just picking his shot after shot after shot. And even if he was throwing full power, damn, his accuracy is impressive if he was, right? Just picking shot after shot after shot after shot. And clinches up a bit. They break again. And Ryan Loder ends up going for these body uppercuts. See, now, let me do a bit of a thought experiment for you, right? When your opponent has you hurt here, and this is my head, right? And he's punching you here and here. Where are my hands going to want to be? Here? Or maybe like shooting for a takedown or moving or I don't know. Or is it going to be want to drop my hand to throw a body uppercut or it's super... And I mean, I'm throwing it like this, but it is so much worse the way he's throwing it. And I know he was hurt, and it's not a fair thing to say like that, but... Azamat ran through this dude. He looked amazing. And I don't think Ryan Loder's a slouch. I don't think he's the next big thing, but dude, good ring for Azamat. And he called it, dude. He's like, put me on a pay-per-view, bitch. Round one finish. Don't do me dirty anymore. And good for him. Azamat Bekoev, I think he's gonna be something. You know, I don't know if that something ends in the top 15, but I still think he has a couple good wins after him. See now, I picked him against both Canadians on this card. It's starting to piss me off, dude. Rita Rodriguez. See, now, let me just say, too, who the hell were these refs, dude? These froggy-ass weirdo refs. Like, who are you? Also, actually, no, we'll get to that at the end. It's a little rude, but round one starts. Julian Robertson goes in a single, and I was like, oh, not too crazy of an attempt, just feeling it out, getting a feel from Marina Rodriguez strike. No, the takedown was in. I didn't think it was going to be in at all. Drags her down, controls her, vicious elbows to the thigh, and some elbows up top. Little damage, more feeling the control out, seeing what she can do. Held her in the center, not much happened, right? Round two starts. Marina's like, she's like, hey, maybe this time I won't get absolutely trampled over, right? Julian Robertson goes for the takedown. Marina's starting to defend it. I'm like, my pick might be saved. No, it goes for the ninja choke. And it's like, when are we going to stop pulling submissions, right? And I know, maybe she was drowned so bad in the first round, she got desperate. She was just freaked out. Shouldn't have gone for it, but you were 1-4 in your last 5. You can't afford to have stuff like that. But I know, she retires, and not gonna lie, at 2x speed that retirement, I'm sick of these fucking retirements. We don't need a nice send-off for every single person. Anthony Smith, he holds a special place in my heart. You don't, dude. You hold a special place in the Apex Hall of Fame. That's okay. Now I'm being rude. She just retired and fought for me. Not for me, but fought for the fans. And shout out Marina Rodriguez. I actually had a good career with finishes. Out of all the women's fights to retire, probably wouldn't want you, right? So shout out your career. Julian Robertson, dude, she's champ material. But moving on. Fuck. Whoever picked Gaston Bolaños, you're dumb as fuck. Quang was such an easy pick. Round one starts. Just boring, right? Quang held him. It kind of felt like how he held Chris Gutierrez. I fucked up his name on my prediction video. I just needed a second to think about that one. But took his back, kind of held it boring. Just felt it out. Whatever, right? And round two starts. Just pushes the old, like, get his kick caught, doesn't do anything, then catches Gaston's kick, pushes him over, grabs, like, tosses them over, gets half guard, works it into a back take, and submits him. It was just so easy. Like, second nature to Quang. Like, and I know he's coming off a bad knockout loss, but this is exactly what it needed to rebound in the UFC. He has some good striking, and they got a tiny bit scrappy for maybe 5 seconds before they went for the takedown. So shout out for that. Quang Lee's actually a fun fighter outside of this. So I actually look forward to his next fight. Shout out Vietnam. Vietnam, #1. Amazing food. Vietnamese coffee to start every morning. We're moving on. Holy fuck. I picked Dontel Mays, as I should have. Dude, my excuse, Dontel Mays had staff. You could see it on his elbow at some point in this fight. Dude, he was just getting thrown around and toppled over like a big sack of potatoes. Like, there's not much to say. And Thomas, so that happens for the first 2 rounds, right? And then Thomas Petersen hurts him at the start of round 3. No joke. Look it up, dude. Dontel Mays goes for a flying belly strike. Just tries to engulf. And Thomas Petersen almost got his head stuck in his belly button. I swear to God. But Thomas Petersen pushes him over, controls him for the rest of the round, and Hall of Fame worthy is what I would say. Moving on to the next fight. If you want to hear more about that fight, you're not hearing it here, buddy. Moving on. Juliana Miller versus Petrović. I'm going to be honest. Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure out what it was with this fight. I watched Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn before this. That fight was sick, dude. I'll squirm around in my chair when there's a grappling exchange, trying to help my favorite fighter. I never do that when striking. Dude, when Conor Benn and Chris Eubank were going for it, first of all, even talking about that shit brings chills to my body. It's free on YouTube. Go watch it. That fight, dude. Even the walkout, the story behind it, everything about that fight as a fight fan is worth looking into. Every single part of it. But that fight had moving against the ropes for them. God damn. Shout out to both those guys. But I watched that fight, right? Chris Eubank Jr. alone threw 900 strikes, right? in 30 minutes. Dude, I would get tired throwing 20 strikes on a heavy bag. Fucking 900. Dude, they landed, I think, combined in the last three rounds. So, boxing, by the way, 3-minute rounds. So, within the last 9 minutes of their fight, they landed 320 significant strikes. In the 15 minutes they had, so they had an extra 6 minutes, right? In the 15 minutes they had, they landed 20. They landed almost 50 significant strikes. Because boxing, it was all significant strikes. So those 300 in the boxing fight were all significant. Dude, almost 50 for this woman's fight. I picked Petrović. Somehow the girl with the 3-3 record won. Dude, I was too sick for that shit. I got up, I blew my nose. This isn't a fucking daily recap. What am I talking about? This fight sucked, dick. Thanks for watching my fight card prediction. I promise I'll post more next week. I won't be sick. I have a lot of shifts next week though, but thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a good one.